What's up, everybody? It's Smoke Wolf here. Today I'm going to be doing the video I've been waiting to do. Man, I've been waiting to do this, man. You have no idea. I was busy. That's why I haven't done it. That's why. Oh man, Super Mario Odyssey versus The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. So let's get into this. In my opinion, both games are fun. The thing of it is, I'm just gonna give you the answer which one I loved more. And it is, I don't know, man. It's kind of 50-50 in a way, but so let's get into the points story wise. In the story of Super Mario Odyssey, he's trying to get Peach back from Bowser, of course, but this time he's trying to wife her up. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna wife you up. Maybe if I wife you up, then Mario will stop, you know, going after you. and Zelda is, it's basically the same thing, saving Zelda. You know, like Mario and Zelda games. The whole thing is the same thing. The only difference is the heroes, the princesses, the names of the kingdoms, and the items they use. Okay, now I just offended all the fanboys, maybe, I don't know, from both. But come on, like, Shigeru Miyamoto, you already know you did these two franchises the same, but just different, you know. So yeah, it's basically like, moving on from that. But I still love them. I love both games. Both games were amazing. Like, I'm be real, like they do have their defaults, you know. Like I reviewed both games, checked those out for real deep into the reviews, but I'm just going to talk as as I finish reviewing it, just going into points and all that. So yeah, in my opinion, Zelda is superior, I think, because I don't know, it was just I found it more interesting because Odyssey, the thing about Odyssey is, you know, you have like this whole. I know this. I talked about this. You're probably gonna be like, okay, we get it, fuck, but like it's the moveset. Okay, the moveset kind of pissed me off because I try to do stuff and then it's like this. You have all these games, but you only like three of them. That you got for free. Like, what's the point of having all those games if you're just going to have like three things you like? You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, I think that's a good point. So yeah, that's my issue with Odyssey. My issue with Zelda is number one. I don't know. It was kind of weird certain parts of the game, and besides that, there were certain parts that were just like, eh. I think the game was great. Like the story was nice. Like the moveset, of Zelda, of Link, it was easy. The gliding thing, the of course, find the weapons and all that was fun too. Was a nice challenge. Just like in Odyssey, the challenges, going through the maps, find all the moons and all that. So yeah. So I would say for adventure to find the stuff you need to, go on with the game. I would say that's a 50-50 way for both of them. But in a way of the story wise, I would say in a way 50-50. But if you really want to go deep in the story and be a little bit serious, Zelda is the one I would say go for. But if you like stories just to have fun, it could be serious here and there, and it's interesting that they have this new thing. I would say Super Mario Odyssey is the superior when it comes to that, but Zelda is superior on the other way. Now let's talk about the new stuff. Now in Odyssey, of course they have, and Cappy, which does different movesets and all that, and you can control the enemies, and I think that was nice. The enemies in this game, you control them, you control the Chompy, you can control, a dinosaur. Those were nice, and I like that. And Bowser in the end, you control him in the last fight, and that was fun. Now let's talk about the fight. What was it? In this game, in Breath of the Wild, yeah, it was really, really fun. I remember the Sandstorm, you could do like that seal drive ride, and I love that. That was one of the best things to do in this game. I always tried, and most of the time I succeeded. Yeah, it was just funny. I remember going into these games the first time. And the first time I'm going to say, I was really hyped for Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. But in the end of the day, I believe Breath of the Wild truly did it for me. So the winner is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number one, this kind of hurts because I know I love both of them 50-50. A little bit Mario, a little bit Zelda in certain parts. But, yo, this year I think Zelda did it a little bit more. You know, it brought to the table, and Odyssey also did. Odyssey was amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like, you go city to kingdom, and it was great. But to be honest, like, the thing I really liked about Odyssey, it's not the cappy thing. It's not that you could go into, this spaceship and, oh, it's cool, you could travel on that now. I'd rather have going into Payne's Deck 64 if, over that. The thing about Odyssey is the types of designs and what you can do. That's where I find the successor. Fuck. And here, you have the glide, and you could go in many kingdoms. The world is expanded, dude. Just like Odyssey. So, to be honest, both games are 50-50, but if you really want to go into detail which one, it's more like how I feel today. If I feel like playing a game that, fuck reality, go to Odyssey. If I want to play a game more like a little bit serious, it's not that much of a, cartoon, like a fictional vibe, I would go to Breath of the Wild. So in this one, I would say the true winner is how you feel, because if you feel like playing RPG that day, you play RPG. You know what I mean? You feel? So that's how I see it as. So yeah, the winner is, in the long one, I would say Mario. So there's your winner. But in the one of how you, go into the one, go into the game story-wise, I would say Zelda. I really have to say Zelda. Yup. And story-wise, like, yes, Mario had interesting story, and new enemies, but, like, it's not like Breath of the Wild, dude. Breath of the Wild actually gave you something to work with. And that's why I think, story-wise, Breath of the Wild fucking kills Odyssey. I love the story. But I'm sorry, dude. Like, yo, this just has so much. It's like 3 Zeldas in one. 3 Zelda worlds in one. Imagine Link was in three of his, things, in Ocarina Time and Link to the Past world, shit, make Legend of Zelda, Odyssey. Yeah, that shit would be fun. So yeah, and the winner is Zelda, but in the long one, I would say Mario, going into detail which one is better. So yeah, with that being that, tell me in the comments which one you like better. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time. And yeah, bye.